Hello everyone, my name is Ekline and Today I will presenting about workplace discrimination case involving the company Kroger, one of the biggest grocery retailer in the United States.
Hi, my name is Dayah binti Shamsuddin, and the company that I have picked is Live Nation, and the case is actually between Candace Newman and Live Nation Entertainment Corporate.
Hi, my name is Rowena Wong. So the company that I have choose is Goodyear Malaysia, and the case name I have picked is Minyang Udin BS the Goodyear Malaysia.
Next, the full case chapter is United States District Court for the District of Utah, case number 224 CV 00023 JNP TAO. The plaintiff is Kandra Ambo and the defendant is the Kroger Company. For jurisdiction and venue, the court have jurisdiction because this case involves federal anti-discrimination law such as Title V2 and the Age Discrimination in Employment Act. The proper venue is Utah because all event and allegation discrimination happened at a Kroger subsidiary store located in the States. For the party involved, the plaintiff is Kandra Ambo, is a Native American woman who worked as a part-time producer clerk. The defendant is the Kroger Company, the employer operating the grocery store where she worked. Next, we go for a statement of fact. Here is a summary of what happened. Ambo was hired in August 2021. She faced mistreatment from a CO worker who acts like her supervisor. She reported this to HR, but she felt no real action was taken. Her work hours were reduced and given to a younger male CO worker. She experienced hostility from CO worker and felt unsafe. Other than that, she believed she was targeted because of her age, gender, and race. Besides that, for legal claim, the legal claim brought by the plaintiff include: first is age discrimination under the ADA, second is gender or sex discrimination under Title V2, third is race and national origin discrimination under Title V2, and lastly, hostile work environment. She argued the company Kroger failed to protect her after she reported workplace mistreatment. Furthermore, for damage and relief suit, the plaintiff seek compensation for lost wages, compensation for emotional distress, court order to prevent Kroger Company from continue discriminatory practice. Her overall goal is to receive justice for the unfair treatment she believes she experienced. Lastly, time and duration. Her employment lasts from August 2021 to April 2022. She filed administrative complaint in 2022 and received her right to sue letter in October 2023. She filed the lawsuit in January 2024. As of now, the case is still ongoing because the court denied Kroger Company attempt to dismiss the case. In conclusion, this case demonstrates how workplace discrimination can affect an employee's well-being and career. Although the case has not reached a final decision, it shows the workers have legal protection and can take action when they believe they have been treated unfairly.
Hi, my name is Dayah binti Shamsuddin. So, for this assignment, I'm going to talk about a case between Candace Newman and also Live Nation Entertainment. The reason I picked this case because it highlights a serious workplace issues which includes race and gender discrimination. As we all know, Live Nation is a huge entertainment company, so seeing a high-ranking female executive, which is Candace Newman, face this kind of challenges really do caught my attention. I felt this case was really meaningful to discuss because it shows how discrimination can still happen even in the big and also well-known companies, and it reminds us why ethical practices in the workplace are so important. So, that's why I choose this Live Nation case for my presentation.
Dayah, may I know why is this case being handled in California? In other words, why does the court have the authority and why is it the right place for the lawsuit?
The reason is very simple. Live Nation's main headquarters and major business operations are based in Los Angeles. Since the company's decision and the alleged of discrimination happened there, that court has the legal authority and it becomes the correct and the most relevant venue.
So who are the people involved in this lawsuit?
People who are involved in this lawsuit is, for the plaintiff side, is Candace Newman. However, for the defendant side is Live Nation Entertainment Incorporated. Candace Newman is the one who is suing because she believes she was treated unfairly, and Live Nation is the company she is accusing of discrimination.
Can you describe what actually happened in this case?
So, for better understanding, basically, Candace Newman was a successful African-American female executive in Live Nation Company. Over time, she felt she wasn't being treated equally compared to her other male coworkers, especially in terms of opportunities and recognition. Then, during COVID-19, she was furloughed and later terminated. She believed the decision wasn't fair and was influenced by race and gender discrimination. So, she decided to take a legal action and file a lawsuit in 2020.
So, what laws or legal reasons is she using to support her case?
Candace Newman claiming to support her case is race discrimination, gender discrimination, retaliation, and also wrongful termination. She believed Live Nation violated her rights as an employee by treating her differently because she is an African American woman.
What is she asking for from the court?
She asked for financial compensation, including her lost income and damages for emotional stress. She also won punitive damages, legal fees, and also action that can stop Live Nation from repeating this kind of behavior for future purpose.
So for the last one, when did this all happen?
This case happened around 2019 to 2020, especially during the pandemic when she was furloughed. The lawsuit itself was officially filed in 2020. So, to summarize this case reminds us that discrimination can happen anywhere, anytime, even in the big companies. It shows why workplaces must practice fairness, transparency, and respect for every employee, no matter their race or gender.
Thank you, Dayah. That was very clear.
For this assignment, I have chosen the case named about the Minyak Udin vs the Goodyear Malaysia Berhad. I picked this case because it has shown a real workplace problem. When a company doesn't follow the collective agreement it made with its employee. So the Goodyear is a big and famous company. So I was surprising to hear that about the workers need to take a legal action just to make sure that the company have followed what was agreed. So I think this case is very important because it reminds us that even a big company also need to follow the law and treats employee fairly. It also shows that how the industrial court helps to protect the worker rights in Malaysia. That's why I choose this case for my presentations.
In this case, what were the main legal claims?
This case was based on the Industrial Action Act 1967, which protect the workers in Malaysia. The employees said Goodyear didn't follow the collective agreement and that this was unfair labor practice and against their rights.
May I know who involved in this case, Rowena?
The main person for this case is Udin together with some other the Goodyear employees. So at the first, they have 119 employees listed in the complaint, but not everyone stay in the case. Because some accept the settlements and withdraw, while others continue to fight, the company being sued was Goodyear Malaysia Berhad for not following the 2016 to 2019 collective agreement.
Rowena, can you tell us what actually happened in this case?
Sure. In 2019, Udin and others employees filed a complaint saying Goodyear didn't follow the agreement that explained their rights and benefits. Later, the Goodyear asked the court to remove some workers' name, saying this employee had already withdrawn. But the workers' lawyer disagreed, saying that only their own lawyer, not the company, had the right to withdraw their complaints. So this case went to the industrial court for a decision.
Why was this case heard in Kuala Lumpur?
This case was handled by the Industrial Court of Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur because the Goodyear headquarters and the main operations are at the Kuala Lumpur, and that's also where the problem happens. So the court had the right to hear the case, and it was the right place.
What were the workers asked from the courts?
So in the court, the worker asked for the court to enforce the collective agreement and make sure the Goodyear follow what it promised. They also want the court to confirm that the Goodyear request to remove names was invalid. Basically, they just want the justice and fair treatment.
May I know when did this all happen?
This complaint was filed in July 2019. The hearing was held in February 2020, and the court gave the decisions on February 28, 2020. So it took about 8 months from start to finish.
Then, what did the court decide in the end?
So in the end, the court rejected the Goodyear request. The judge said if the worker really want to withdraw, it must be done by their own lawyers, not by the company. The court made this decision based on the fairness, good conscience, and the real facts of the case, not just the legal rules.
Thanks, Rowena. Your information is very clear.
You are welcome. So for the end, this case have reminded us about that companies, no matter how big, also must keep their promise and respect their workers. It have shows that workers have the rights to speak out when something is unfair, and that the industrial courts plays an important role in keeping things fair and just in the workplace. That's all from me. Thank you.